Test, test, test. Welcome everybody to Millard South Media. Here for a top showdown against Gretna High School. And the Dragons have an early lead here at Millard South. Two-two count. Gretna has the bases loaded with already a 5-0 lead. Gretna, with only one loss on the year, comes into Millard South with a lot of confidence. And Millard South, they need a big win here, especially with districts coming up very soon. Another foul ball. 2-2 count. That one's getting to the third baseman and out at home. So the Patriots save a run. It would be big if the Patriots got out of the inning here. Ball one. Morgan Timmons at the mound for Millard South. And one of the many sophomores and freshmen in this varsity program that they really like. Emerson Johnson of Gretna at the dish. That one swung to middle field. Can he get out? No, it will not. One run comes home. 2 run come home. And the third run scores. Gretna extends their lead. 8-0 here. My goodness. Yeah. And welcome back to Patriot Baseball, or excuse me, softball. Mackenzie McCoy now in the circle for Millard South after Morgan Timmons started off the ball game. That'll be a low first pitch. And when it comes to Millard South, it's trying to fight back. That was outside once more. And we know how talented this Millard South softball team is. We've been talking about it all season long. It's just a matter of putting it all together. And Gretna, again, with only one loss this year, it wasn't going to be an easy fight, but they have a great start. Here's a pitch to Marshall. Goes to center field. They take care of that light work. Patriots get out of the inning, but the damage was done. 6 runs here in the second, and the Gretna Dragons lead 8-0. We'll be right back with you here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to Millard South Softball here on Millard South Media. The Dragons have an early lead, 8-0. Millard South looking to fight back. Abby Charity at the plate. Pitch to her, swing and a miss. 1-1 count now. And on the mound for the Dragons, number 99, Alexis Jensen. One of their go-tos, and she's had a great game so far. Swing and a miss once again. And the more you look into a team like Gretna, you start to see why they're one of the favorites to win the state title this year. And just a really, really talented roster. As Abby Charity stays alive there with the foul ball. Charity needs something to get going. Another foul ball. And a good job by her to stay alive. That one was crushed out there. He's going to run to first. They're going to take care of that one. First out here in the bottom of the second. Tegan Noli now up to bat. Great pitch, but just barely outside for ball one. And again, going back to this Gretna team, they're right now rated #1 in the state according to Omaha World Herald. The clear-cut favorite to win the state title. And again, we're seeing it today. But Millard South needs to come back in this one just for momentum. You don't even have to win the game. Just come back and give yourself a fighting chance, and that'll really boost you going into districts. And we know the talent on this Millard South roster. We know how talented they can be. And it's a team that can really make a run if the dots connect. That swung into the gap. Can it get down? It will not. Second out here. That's a swing and a miss here on the first strike. A little bit high. And at the plate is Kaylee Meyer, the only freshman on this varsity squad. Again, they're really happy with the prospects of her. By the time she's a junior and a senior, she might even be one of the better players in Class A. That one's outside there. Swing and a miss. 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Millard South needs something to go their way. The pitch to Meyer, swing and a miss. Gretna hyped up after that one. And they leave the bottom of the second with no hits given up, and they lead 8-0. We will be right back with you here on Millard South Media. And really fast, I want to come on here and thank our sponsors, starting off with Erickson Cedarstrom. Erickson Cedarstrom providing you 55 years of legal excellence. Contact Dan Dittman over there at Erickson Cedarstrom. And number 2, Corner Kick. And a special announcement, we are back with Corner Kick for another year. Thank you, Corner Kick, for investing in us, but welcome to have them back. And check out the Corner Kick, Millard's best sports bar, located just down the street, 138th and P. It offers Omaha's best fajitas, phenomenal street tacos, and a private party room. Locally owned by Millard South residents who proudly support Millard Athletics. Next time you want excellent food at a great price, visit the Corner Kick at 138th and P. And welcome back to Millard South Softball. The Gretna Dragons, #1 team in Class A, have an 8-0 lead here on Patriot ground. They're trying to change that. But for right now, Mackenzie McCoy now in the circle for the Patriots, and trying to have a clean inning after giving up 6 runs in inning number 2. Here's the pitch from McCoy. Just a little bit outside there for ball 1. And they're going to call that one a strike. Another strike. McCoy's getting going. Kind of tempting the Gretna batters to swing on them. Here's the pitch from McCoy. Almost swung on, that hits the dirt. 2-2 count now. And that one's fouled straight left. A good job, stay alive in the count. That one's to the outside. Now we're at a full count here. And you need something like this to go your way if you're Millard South. Just one good pitch. It's a pitch from McCoy. Swung on the Urban. Gets it over to first. And that's an out. And that's exactly what we needed if you're Millard South, just for momentum defensively. Swung back over to Urban. She can't get it this time, and they'll walk over to first base with a single. Looks like they didn't count the first out. That pitch from McCoy is low. That one's in for a strike. And really, when it comes to Millard South, we know there's talent in the batting order. We know there's talent in the outfield, but it's come down to pitching all year long. That's how they've won and lost games. I assume that's going to be the reason they either win or lose a game when it comes to districts in a couple weeks. One, two count. Pitch from McCoy. That'll be too high for ball two. That one's low for a ball, and not get another full count here from Mackenzie McCoy. Crowd getting into it. Millard South needs to get a huge out right here. Pitch from McCoy, swung on. That'll go to right field. Can they get under it? They cannot, but that'll be fouled. And had it on her glove, just could not corral it. That's the type of thing you need to go your way in this type of situation. Here's the pitch from McCoy. Over to the gap, they get through it. Out at second, nope. Miscue on the handoff. And two errors in a row for Millard South. You could have had a double play there, and instead Millard South comes up with nothing. Number 14, Kennedy Boyer, the senior, up to bat now for Gretna. That'll be foul balled. Again, runner on first, runner on second. That gets down for a base hit. Runner's going to come home for Gretna. And they'll just stay on first and second. But the lead is extended for the Dragons, now up to 9 runs here in the third inning. And Millard South still yet to get an out. First pitch is a strike for McCoy. Here's the second one. That one's in for strike number 2. Again, if she can get some confidence on the mound, we know how lethal she can be. But when you're playing a team like this and Gretna, when all of their batters are as talented as they are, it's very hard to really get in the solid rhythm. Here's a pitch from her. Swung to the gap. Can they get an out at third? They cannot. Now the bases are loaded for the Gretna Dragons. Scarlett Jones now up to bat. That pitch is low. They're going to call that one a ball. At some point when you're down 9-0, you got to start getting these calls from the umpire. 3-0 count now. Trying to get Jones to swing. She won't budge. These girls for Gretna very plate disciplined. Not taking anything Millard South's feeding them. And she's going to walk to first base on a walk, and that'll bring a run home. The lead is extended to 10 here from the Gretna Dragons. I mean, this would be a statement win to all of Class A. We know you're the #1 team. But to come into Millard South like they're doing and dominating all aspects, I mean, this is a clear indicator who should be #1, which they already are, and who should be the favorite to win the state title. Here's the pitch from McCoy. That one's a strike. Swing and a miss. How to get to first base. Trying to get him out at home and can't do it. And the problem with that is that Jules Arias there at first base did not step on the bag. She just threw it directly to home. You got to take those outs when they're given to you. That's in for a strike. Pitch from McCoy. Swung on, popped up. Catcher can't get under it. Good effort. Dived for it. I don't know, 0-2 count. 0-2. Swung on, that'll be fouled. Good job, stay alive at the plate. You're down in the count. Gotta get Millard South. Does not have any outs here in the top of the third. When it rains, it pours. That one's hammered. That'll be fouled. That one's popped up. What a catch. And, oh, thought I got her at second. Swanson with a huge catch. But only one out. Now Emerson Johnson up to the dish. Swung on. In and out, going to third, but a run does come home for Gretna. And their lead is extended to 12. And now we are officially in mercy rule territory. Marshall at the plate. Foul ball, watch your head. That one's outside for a ball. Pitch from McCoy. Outside once more. Again, she struggled all game long to get in a groove. She did not start this game off in the circle. It started off with Morgan Timmons. Gave up 8 runs, kind of dug her a hole. And really, McCoy hasn't got it going either. And again, no, you can't blame them. You're playing a really good team in Gretna. Swing and a miss, and now we have a full count. Patriots need to get out of these sitting alive, especially now. That one will be far outside, no doubt about it. She'll be walked over to first base, and we're back to bases loaded. Michaela Kuzer up to bat. That one's fouled left. Gets in there for a strike. 0-2. McCoy just need to get out of the inning. Here's a pitch from her. Swing and a miss. The Patriots walk off the diamond here, but they've given up 4 runs in the top of the third. 12-0 Dragons. Millard South trying to survive. They're in mercy rule territory. If they don't score a couple runs here in the third, it will be over. We will be right back with you here on Millard South Media. And I'd like to thank our sponsors, starting off with the Corner Kick. Check out the Corner Kick, Millard's best sports bar. Located just down the street, 138th and P. It offers Omaha's best fajitas, phenomenal street tacos, and a private party room. Locally owned by Millard residents who proudly support Millard South Athletics. Next time you want excellent food at a great price, visit the Corner Kick at 138th and P. And Erickson Cedarstrom, providing you 55 years of legal excellence. Contact Dan Dimon over there at Erickson Cedarstrom. And welcome back to Millard South Softball. The Gretna Dragons, the number one team in Class A with a 12-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. Maddie Rosmus now at the plate for Millard South, trying to get things going with a leadoff hit. First pitch is in there for a strike, and man, have these pitchers been good so far today from Gretna. New one in there. We started off with Alexis Jensen, now number 18, Macy Eitzman is in the circle. That one swung on to center field. Can't get under it. Rosmus going to second. Was thinking about third. Now she is. And that's one way to start off. Leadoff triple for Maddie Rosmus. And that is one way to get going when your offense has been stagnant all game long. Maddie Rosmus, the leadoff triple. And that's going to take us to Bailey Owen. Owen swung to shortstop. And it looks like they're going to call her safe at first. Nice. Emery Swanson now at the plate for the Patriots. Just outside. That one swung on the gap. Maddie Rasmus walks home. Runner coming around the third. And the offense has life here for Millard South. 3 hits to start off here. And now the big bat, Bree Urbon, now up to the plate. That one's in for a ball. That one hits the dirt, but Swanson will walk over to second base. Foul ball, and that was ferocious. I mean, that hit the chain immediately. And Patriots with that score, they live to fight for another inning. Catcher has trouble with it, but nobody's going to move. 3-1 count now, so no outs. Gretna made a switch at pitcher. And ever since, Millard South really got back into this ball game. Let's see how far they can go here. Full count with runners on second and third. 0 runs here in the bottom of the third. Bree Erb on the big bat at the dish. Be huge if she got a base hit right here. Here's a pitch to her. Swung under the gap. They'll get down. One runner's going to come home. Second runner comes home. Bree rounds the bases over to second. Thinks about third, but she will stay put. And 2 more runs come home for Millard South, and before you know it, they have life. Bree True now at the plate, but they're going to make a pitching change. So they went to number 18, Maisie Eitzman, for the start of the third. She was not the starter today. Alexis Jensen was. And now they're switching over to number 5, Adeline Fallage. And we will be right back. And welcome back to Millard South Softball. Bree True at the plate. The ball there. Gretna makes a change at pitcher. Get up 12 runs going to the bottom of the third. We're in mercy rule territory at Millard South. And not today. 3 runs on a couple hits. That one's hammered by Bree True, but that will knock it out of here. The right fielder gets under it. Runner stays at second. And that one looked clear out of here, but died in the wind. And that's going to take us to Jules Arias up to the plate for Millard South. That one hits the dirt. Foul ball there by Arias. 1-1 count now. And I talked about it when this stream was starting up. Even if you don't win this game for Millard South, it's all about building confidence against a really good team in Gretna. If you can fight back, that'll serve you well, especially for the end of this year going into districts. Swing and a miss there. 1-2 count. That one's in there. Now we're at a full count. Stays alive. Arias, a bat that they trust, would be huge in this type of situation to keep this rally going. Here's a pitch to her. In there. And she's going to walk over to first. Eddie Parsons will be next. And see if they continue this rally. And Gretna a little bit shell-shocked, doing everything they want offensively. Switch at pitcher once they're up 12 runs, and Millard South said, nope, no, we're not going away. The Dragons, now it falls on them to make a couple switches. Looks like Arias is going to walk back. So she'll have to go back to the plate on a 3-2 count. Swing and a miss, and they'll get her that time. Parsons now up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Parsons. Outside for a ball. Ball 2. He'll take those every single day of the year of the week. Trying to try and get out of this inning with 3 runs given up. Hounds hit to the shortstop. Gives up on the play. Parsons a walk to first base. Millard South stays alive here in the bottom of the 3rd. Teaganoli now up to the plate. Let's see what Teaganoli has in this situation. 2 runners on, 2 outs. That one swung on the right field, gets under it, and Gretna gets out of the 3rd inning, but the damage was done. 3 runs by Millard South. And we will be right back going into the 4th inning. And welcome back to Millard South Softball. Crystal Carter Rush up to the dish. That one's a foul out of here. Millard South with some life offensively, winning at the bottom of the 3rd, down 12-0, and had 4 hits alone. Scored 3 runs. And really, it's just about putting that all together. We know this offense is talented. We know the batting order is one of the best in Class A, but really, you need to see this on the defensive side of the ball too. And I said this team is going to live and die by the pitching. With an out there, but going back to that, and if Millard South can make a run, it's going to have to mean their pitching stands up and starts to play really well. We know the talent is in there in the room. And even when you go back to last year when they lost in districts in the championship, it was really because of pitching. Killed them at the worst time. That one swung onto the gap. And 14 Kennedy Boyer will walk over to first base here on a single. Now number 61, Matty Curris, the freshman, up to the plate. Here's the pitch from McCoy. Hits the dirt. That one swung on. She'll walk over to first. And this Gretna offense, I mean, it's unrelentless. Swing and a miss. Scarlett Jones now up to bat for Gretna. That one swung to the gap. Stays put at third. Thought a runner might come home, but now the bases are loaded once again for the Gretna Dragons. Kennedy Barton now up to the plate. And just reminding you guys of some future streams. We have softball coverage coming up next Monday against North Star. And then speaking of North Star, next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday, second football stream of the year against the Lincoln North Star Navigators. That's going to be a big one there at Buell Stadium. So tune in here on Millard South Media if you don't want to miss out on anything. Go back to this channel. Bases loaded. Here's a pitch from McCoy. Swing and a miss there from Kennedy Barton. Second one hits the dirt, hits the umpire on the hand. That's going to bring a run home for Gretna. Hope the ump is all right. And we'll take a quick break here. And welcome back. That one swung on. Swanson laid out for it, but it hits the deck. Another run will come home for the Dragons, and that's going to extend their lead to 14-3. I mean, we were talking about it, how good this batting rotation is. My goodness. Swing and a miss. Miley Rowe now at the plate for Gretna. A beautiful day here at Millard South. Always a beautiful view from the softball facility. A little bit overcast. And this is prime softball weather. I mean, 78 degrees. We're getting into the fall with a swing and a miss. Here's a pitch from McCoy. That one's high. High once more. We have a full count. Good job by number 12, Miley Rowe, to fight back in the count. Payoff pitch. That one hits the deck, and now we're at bases loaded once again. The meeting at the mound. Looks like we're going to have a switch at pitcher. We will be right back with you here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to Millard South Softball. Switch at pitcher, Bree True now at the mound, giving it a go. First pitch hits the dirt. And at this point, they're just looking to get out of the inning any way they possibly can. That one's a hit to the shortstop. Throw to first is not there in time. Another run will come home for the Dragons. Now number 8, Jenna Beavers, up to the dish. The pitch to her, that'll be in for a strike. That one's popped up in the air, but that'll be fouled. Now 0-2. Has to work all the way back here in the count. This is where, as a pitcher, you can do whatever you want. Let's see if she'll bite on a swing. Swing and a miss. That's a one way to get going if you're Bree True on the mound. Number 6, Michaela Kuzer, now up to bat. Here's the pitch. Foul left. Hits the dirt for ball. Another foul ball. At this point, the plate discipline we saw earlier in the game from Gretna's gone. They're just swinging any pitch they want, and you can do that. You can afford to do that when you're up 11 runs. But you got to take advantage of that from a pitching standpoint. That one hits the deck for ball 2. Once more, now we have a full count here with the bases loaded. With 2 outs, Patriots need to get out of this inning. Here's a pitch from True. Swung on, Swanson with an infield catch. The Patriots get out of the top of the 4th. The batting will come on back on the diamond here. We will take a quick break here at Millard South Media. And welcome back to Millard South Softball, 15-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. That one's in for a ball 1. And the freshman, Kaylee Meyer, at the plate. Here's the pitch to her. Good plate discipline. 2-0 count now. Again, with the Gretna having a 12-run lead, Patriots need to score at least 3 runs. They don't want to be mercy ruled. One swung at third base. Takes a nice pop up in the air. Couldn't read it. And Meyer will walk over to first base with a leadoff hit. Now Maddie Rosmus up to the plate. Had a huge leadoff triple in the bottom of the 3rd. Let's see if she can do something similar. New pitcher at the plate, Adeline Falage. It's pitched to Rosmus, swing and a miss. She does not lack confidence at all. I mean, she sees a pitch she likes, will swing for the fences. Here's the pitch to her. That one's low. Two one count here with Rasmus at the plate. That one swung onto the gap. Center field trying to get under it. She does. Meyer will stay put at first base, and that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Bailey Owen now up to the plate, trying to get a crucial hit to keep Millard South alive in this one. Just pitch to Owen. Swung on, gets in the gap. Meyer will advance to second. Good single there. That's what you need in this type of situation. Just get on base. Owen now trying to do her share now at the plate. There's the pitch to her. In there for a strike. That one's fouled to the parking lot. 0-2. That one's over the catcher's head. Runners will extend to second and third. One, two count. Here's the pitch to Owen. Foul balled once again. And a good job by her to stay alive. That one swung onto the gap. Runner will come home. Second run will come home. And a 2 RBI single. Millard South just fighting back here, having a knack for that. And now Urban at the plate. That one's hammered, but a foul ball. Great pitch, but they're going to call that a ball. Two one count now. Three one. Here's the pitch to Urban. Foul ball, and now we have a full count. Gretna, if they don't give up any more runs, it will be mercy ruled here in the 4th inning, and the Patriots trying to stay alive, live to see another inning. Here's a pitch to Urban. Swung on. That'll be another foul ball. Urban is in attack mode right now, swinging on every pitch he likes. Here's the pitch to her. And I'll hit turf. She'll walk over to first base. Bree True now up to the plate for Millard South. Here's the pitch to Bree True. Swung on to center field. Going back, going back. That one's gone. Bree True with the response. Home run for Millard South. And they will not go away. Absolutely clutch, ice in her veins celebration at home plate. And I said this earlier, Millard South has life. Don't let this team come back. And now another new pitcher here in this one. Number 11, Talon Rupiper. And we go back to the top of the 3rd. Gretna was up 12-0. And they made a change at pitcher. It felt like maybe the game was already won. And that's cost them ever since. Millard South has stormed back. We will take a quick break. And welcome back to Millard South softball. Jules Arias now at the plate. That'll be a ball. And if you just missed it, Bree True went the yard to get Millard South to 8 runs. And they're really fighting hard here against the number 1 ranked team in Class A. That one hits the dirt. Arias had no intention of swinging there. They'll get in for an easy strike. Swing and a miss. Now we're at a full count. Fouled straight back. Swing and a miss. And Gretna works all the way back in the count with the second out here in the 4th. Strike one. Here's the pitch to Parsons. Swung onto the gap. And what a play there by the center fielder to get under it into the gap. Almost got out of here even. Gretna gets out of this inning. But 5 runs scored by the Patriots keep them alive. And we will be right back. And welcome back to Millard South Media. 15-8 high-scoring game here at Millard South, with the Patriots fighting back, but Gretna trying to give them the final blow. The hit over there to center field. They get under it, no problem for the first out here in the top of the 5th. Kennedy Boyer now up to the plate. That one hits the dirt for a ball. Swung into the gap. That'll be a base hit. Boyer will just stay put there at first base. Matty Curris now up for the Dragons. It's been a back and forth offensive showdown. Gretna trying to do one last blow, but Millard South been fighting back. That pitch is in there for a ball. Looked good from True, but the ump has been strict all game long for both teams. That one hits her. She'll walk over to first base. Runner first goes to second. That's going to take us to number 2, Scarlett Jones. Now up to the plate. That one swung onto the gap. Runner stays put at third. No runs will come home, but the bases are loaded for Gretna. 11, Taylor Rupiper up to bat now. And, we talked about it being a back and forth showdown. And Gretna, Millard South has had no answers for their bats all game long, with a run in every inning. 2-0 count here with the bases loaded. Bree True trying to get Millard South out of a jam. Fouled straight back. And there for ball 3. You got to go back to your bread and butter if you're Bree True in the circle. Just got to find any way to get this out. That one's low. Run will come home on a walk. Miley Rowe now up to bat for the Gretna Dragons. Base is still loaded for Gretna. That one's outside there for a ball. Fouled straight back, 1-1. That one hits the dirt. That one's popped up. Swanson trying to get under it, and she does. That'll be the second out here. Emerson Johnson now up to bat for Gretna with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch of Johnson. It's the dirt. Two-one count now. Pitch from Bree True. Fouled straight back. Swung over to the shortstop. Can they get the first time? They will not. Overhead, one run already came home. Second one will. Now Gretna extends their lead to 18-8. I mean, what a high-scoring game here for Millard South. Both teams going back at it. Now Jenna Beavers up to bat. That one's in for a strike. 1-1 count. That one's into center field. Patriots get under it. 3 runs scored here in the top of the 5th by Gretna. We will be right back with you here for the bottom of the 5th. And welcome back to Millard South softball. In back and forth ball game. 18-8 lead. Millard South trying to fight back. The pitch. That's swung on. Rivera at the plate. Swing and a miss. Rue Piper, the 4th pitcher in the ball game today from Gretna. She's trying to figure it out. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Kaylee Meyer, the freshman, now up to bat. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss once more. You got to be disciplined at the plate if you're trying to come back. And Rue Piper seems to have her rhythm here in the circle. Swing and a miss. Gretna gets a second out here in the bottom of the 5th, and the Patriots are down to their last out in mercy rulings in the 5th inning. If any team is leading by 8 or more, it will be mercy ruled to the Patriots trying to fight back against the number 1 team here in Class A. Maddie Rosmus now at the dish. That one swung on the 3rd base, trying to get a first in time. They do. And that will be the ball game here at Millard South.
That's the ball game. Your final, Gretna 18, Millard South 8.
That's the final here for Millard South. Gretna, the number 1 team, wins 18-8 here at Millard South. It's been a pleasure bringing this one to you. I'm Wilson Edmond, joined up in the booth with my advisor, Christine Caldall. And we will be back next week for Lincoln North Star football and softball. So don't go away for that one. more Millard South action coming up.